Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today I am building a house with the new Parenthood stuff pack, or game pack, I mean. It's not a stuff pack, but I'm using all the Parenthood stuff. So all the items that came with the Parenthood pack, I think are in here, almost all of them at least. So yeah, I really love all the items that we got with this pack. So I definitely had to build a house with it, and actually this house I decided to build is a recreation, a little bit smaller version of the house I have recently built in my Legacy Challenge. I just finally worked up enough money in my first generation to have a real house. It's amazing. I've been living in basically a shack in that game for so long. It's just been like one of those little camper beds, like the cots, and then my sim, and like one stove, one fridge, one counter, no sink in the kitchen. There's a separate bathroom area eventually, and then I eventually did add a small bedroom kind of area because I had a child and I got married. Or wait, no, I didn't get married, but I just had a boyfriend move in with me. So, because we had a child. So, yeah, anyway. But finally, I managed to get enough money with working both my Sims practically to death to get a real house and build it. And my house, the one in my game, is actually on the 64 by 64 lot because that's the lot I decided to pick for my Legacy Challenge. You either do the biggest one, which is that 64, or you do a 50 by 50 lot, which it was actually created when there's no 64 lots in The Sims. So now that you have this huge lot, you're allowed to play on that one as well, but you can't play on any other lots in the game throughout your entire 10 generations of family. So yeah, I really liked the way that my house turned out in that game. I thought it looked really good. I love the kitchen in particular. That was just one of my favorite rooms I've built. I don't usually like building kitchens, to be honest, because I just feel like they're generally very bland, and I mean, they're always the same. There's like two different kinds of utensil things that you can have, so you get one style or the other. Yeah, in general, kitchens are not my favorite thing to build, but I just really loved how that one turned out. And this one is actually not the same. It's a different color swatch. I have the white and black color swatch in my Legacy game, but for this house I actually went with the really light tan wood color swatch with the white counter, and that looks really good in the kitchen. And then I used this wall here. Finally, I'm working on the kitchen that I've been talking about it. Yeah, I used this wallpaper from the family or the Parenthood pack, and the floor is actually from City Living. So if you don't have that expansion, you can definitely just pick a very neutral other gray tile and it'll look just fine. That was the one I picked in my Legacy game, and I really liked the way it looked. It was slightly clashing, but it does have a little bit of that greenish blue tint to it in the gray tile, so I thought it worked really well together. But yeah, I'm trying to build the kitchen here, and I realized that in my Legacy game, the kitchen is actually one more square over, so yeah, I just had to adjust it and make it the right size because, like I said, I liked the way the kitchen turned out and I didn't want to change that. However, the rest of the house isn't exact for sure. In particular, the living space is a lot smaller because, like I said, that house was on a 64 by 64 lot, so I was able to widen up the house a little bit. Even now it's kind of wide. It's a wider house than it is. I don't know. I tend to build more squarish houses, but yeah, this house is fairly wide and not so tall, I guess. But in my Legacy game, there is this half wall here that works really well. It looks really good in my house in that game, but it just didn't work out in this house because it's so much smaller. This space in particular with a fireplace and the couch fits everything that I wanted to in this little nook area. But in this one, the nook is too small, so I cannot fit everything that I have in my legacy game, but I still think it looks pretty good. And I just got rid of that little half wall to make the space more open and easier to navigate for the Sims, because when I try to put the dining room table in there, it just didn't really work out. It was feeling way too cramped. Like I said, it looks good in my legacy game house because it's bigger and there's space for the table on the other side and a little. I put the what is it, like a Lego table? It's like a building block table basically. I think they're supposed to be Legos, but they can't say that specifically, of course. But that little stand actually fits perfectly in the front here, and you're seeing I tried to put it in, but I just realized it wasn't really going to fit there in the end. So I do end up putting it outside. I make a little outdoor area, which is not in my legacy game at the moment. I don't really need to splurge on a pool or anything like that in that game because I am working very hard to save up money to get a bigger house first of all, and just I don't know what I want to do in that game. Perhaps I want to open a restaurant on the same lot if I can do that. I'm not sure if we can live on the same lot that is the retail lot, but I'm really hoping we can. I'm not sure what the rules are for buying another lot for our retail stuff, so I might have to check into that. But if I am allowed to, I think I want to run a restaurant, have like a family owned legacy restaurant, some kind of, I don't know, it will start as like a diner and then I'll just build it up into a really fancy 5-star restaurant. I would just love to do that. I think that is a really fun thing to do for the legacy challenge because you have so much time to put into the restaurant and making it good. I never really played through the restaurant stuff, the dine out pack. I owned a restaurant for a little bit when it first came out and I really loved playing it, but I think I don't know what happened. I guess I just got sidetracked with other things, other games probably, and I stopped playing Sims for a little while. I always kind of build once in a while, but sometimes I don't actually go in and play the game for a few months. So that might have been what happened as well. So this is the 2 children's rooms that I'm working on here. Now, the first room, the room on the left, can either, well, it's a toddler room, but it can be the nursery toddler room. You definitely can't fit 2 beds and everything that you really need for a toddler in this room, though there is just a 1-tile roof on the outside of this, so you could theoretically just pull it 1 tile back for each of the bedrooms and have a bit more space. But yeah, that first bedroom is just a toddler room, so I put like, I've been playing toddlers a lot, so I realized the critical things that you need to get all their skills up. I actually managed to max my toddler's skills for the, he's gonna be the heir because that's the way I have my rules set up, firstborn and opposite gender and all that. So yeah, that kid is going to be the heir, and so I took a lot of time and maxed all his skills, and I think everything that you need is in this house. Wait, did I put a stereo in this house? Shoot, I might not have put a stereo. You do need that, I found is very helpful words for the movement skill. That really helps. You can just dance to it anytime. You can also listen to music and that helps, I think, imagination or something like that. So stereo is helpful. You need the bear for communication skill. I think the toy box and the dollhouse, either or, for, again, the imagination skill. And let's see, there's another skill. There's a potty skill, so there is a little potty in here. In the house, it's in the bathroom. I think, is that all the skills? Movement, imagination. Oh, the thinking skill. Right, there's a thinking skill. So I put these little stack blocks in the room as well for the toddler. Though that raises the thinking skill. I think it's one of the only things that does. But beware, because your toddler will get annoyed with playing blocks if you make him do it too much, him or her. Yeah, so that happens. So I'm just kind of working on the backyard here. Like I said, I don't have this in my legacy challenge, but I did make this little backyard area for all the extra things that I couldn't really fit in the tiny house. This lot is much, much smaller than the house that mine is on. Like I already mentioned that, so I don't know why I just repeated it, but yeah, I just tried to fill up the lot and make it look good in the back. Yeah, there just wasn't quite room for everything inside the house, so that's why I put this play area outside of it. I also go back later and I change one or two things of the house. Curtains in the kitchen, I think I changed, and then I added a few clutter things. I added more windows in the upstairs because I was just feeling like it didn't quite have enough windows. Here, oh, I forgot to put the foundation after I already did everything, and I added the fence, which is connected to the house, so that ends up on a foundation, and then the pool was on a foundation. Oh, it was just a mess. Everything messed up when I added the foundation later because I forgot it in the beginning. I definitely didn't want to have this house sit on the ground. My legacy house is, but I don't really care what it looks like at the moment. That's why, I mean, there's no landscaping even. This is just a tiny house that I put in the corner of that huge lot. So, but yeah, the house is nice, and I wanted to share it, and I wanted to use the Parenthood pack in a speed build, so this is perfect for doing all of those things. I kind of forgot to talk about it, but the second bedroom upstairs is a very neutral room for, I think, either a teen or a child can sleep in there. I can't actually remember if I put a regular size bed or not, but I don't think it matters for the children. And I don't know if you have a normal bed if they'll still get scared from monsters under the bed. That's actually really, really annoying when you play. Like, randomly your child just can't sleep because they think there's a monster under the bed, and you have to wake up the parents and make them spray bottle the monsters to get rid of them. There's probably just like water in those bottles or something, but yeah, super annoying when everyone is trying to sleep and your child's like, hey, everybody, wake up and spray the imaginary monsters for me. So yeah, this master bedroom is rather small as well. There's pretty much no room for anything else except the bed and a dresser, which I'm pretty sure you can use both of those. So I tested some of the things in this house. I tested the computer that I put in the corner because I don't know why, for some reason in my legacy game they couldn't use the computer. It wasn't in the same place even. So I think it was just too close to something else, or I don't know. They were just being dumb about it. So I had to move the computer slightly to a new space in my legacy challenge, and then it worked all right. So I wanted to come in and test that one in the game. Did I test anything else? I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to test, but I don't remember if I did. Yeah, I put some more windows in this room, and like I said, it's a pretty neutral teen or toddler room. There's teen or child room, I mean. There's a small desk in that room as well, and I think I bought a diary, so that should be already in there. And yeah, these little cute lights, everything of this pack is so cute, and it all goes so well together. So it's just perfect. And the best part about this house, I think, is that it's very, very affordable. Because, like I said, this is based off of my Legacy Challenge house, and it's even smaller than that one, and I decorated it the same as I do my builds. So I knew that you can definitely afford this house after a little bit of work in your game. Like I said, I got mine when my child just turned a toddler, so it had only been a baby and with 2 Sims working for a little bit, and then I was able to afford this house. So should be able to do this without cheating in your game, which is very exciting, especially for this kind of gameplay, which I feel like is just much better without cheating. So yeah, that's the end of the build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!